Greetings, it is I, Susie Q. I think I've talked about this before with the Kundalini Awakening that happened the very first day of 2015, and a lot of things were shifting and moving, and it was kind of like a process. It's kind of like the dark night of the soul. You know, sometimes you've got these so many things that are going on, and you're kind of stuck a little bit, and then you kind of get a release, or maybe you start going into a different state of here I am, right? You know, so that was a big epic experience back in 2015. And I want to talk a little bit about body scans. So I had a lot of gifts at the same time, and it was too much for me to process. But it was kind of interesting when I was really just looking at other people, and when I was looking at with other people and just watching them and just having awareness of different people, I could really kind of look at as a body scan or a holographic field. And then all of a sudden, I could start accessing some of the points in the body that needed some assist. I never said anything to anybody back then because I was like, God, they're gonna think I'm a freak, right? Anyway, but that kind of was kind of the beginning of some of my state of awareness with what we call body scans. And a lot of times I would just be just sitting at a coffee place or just, walking in the grocery store or some things like that. I could start identifying some of the hot spots in their body. And I don't actually go up to them and say, hey, have you thought about this? But I just was, just really realizing that there was a lot more to the story of my Kundalini awakening or my dark night of the soul. All of that was really, it was kind of a hot mess, people. I mean, there were so many gifts that came in. And it was really kind of profound for me to access some of the gifts that I had, and the body scan was probably the biggest bandwidth of energy during that time. And so I would just be walking around, and then I could just start identifying people in their body, just accessing different points in the body, seeing things that are not 100% or maybe needing some support. I just kind of did a little blessing. I didn't want to go up to somebody and just say, hey, have you thought about that? So, but that was the beginning of my kind of my dark night of the soul, and my parable of the salmon, or any of those like terms like Kundalini awakening. It could be any of those things that were showing up. So, but it was kind of fascinating. Later on with my body scan energies is that I got a group of people, and they were helping me to process and have a better experience with the gifts that I received, and it was too many gifts at one time. Sometimes if you just have like one gift and you can process it for like maybe 6 months or 18 months, and it's like, oh my God, it's so easy now. Well, for me, there were so many gifts that were coming through. But that body scan via a holographic field is also a pretty neat energy that we can work with. It could be the body scan or the holographic field. And again, sometimes when I'm going to a person and engaging with it, maybe in the car or maybe with somebody else, I start getting some impressions from the holographic field. So the body scan and the holographic field are kind of like brother and sister, right? And that was what was happening at that time. And so all of those states of consciousness, even with the holographic energy, if I was driving to a person's place for an Akashic record or some other kind of reading, I'll just be listening. I'll just be actively listening and experiencing what the imagery was coming through. And sometimes with that, I can maybe do a little bit of galactic energy, a little light language energy. So that sometimes kind of comes through because it's just kind of like a peaceful, fun way to access your goodness. So I think that's it for now. This is kind of like a quickie, but I hope that you're having a really, really great day, and you can start accessing at the various onset of something inside of your own body, or you could also look at another person's experience with their body. You can start kind of identifying hot spots. And also the holographic field is kind of a peaceful place, right? Super fun. All right, we'll see you soon, and namaste.